Buddy, I am back after a number of days off. I just wanted to record another video for you, mainly due to two reasons. Number one, um, and I say this not as any self-congratulatory thing because it's not. It's like completely the opposite, but just to inspire you. A lot of these videos I told you were designed so that I could pay for law school and get my beach house. Well, I just actually started law school 2 weeks ago, and it's like being an eagle being kicked out of the nest, or just a guy. I compare it to a guy being the star in his basketball team, and then he goes to the NBA and he realizes he has to guard LeBron, and he realizes, yeah, you might be over your head a little bit, but you need to figure it out. So that's kind of where things are at. But I only say that because a year and a half ago, before I started these videos, man, I couldn't do law school. There's no way. I'm not going to sit here and expend that much money in debt, really, to go to law school. But if I can pay for it out of pocket, then that's what we're here to do. So I don't really know what your goal is, what you want to do, but whatever it is, get a goal, make it real, and do it. So if it's traveling, so be it. If it's buying a house for your mom, great. If it's buying a house for yourself, great. If you want to get a Tesla, whatever it is, just have it, do it. And right now I'm kind of getting the payoff of doing what I've shown you how to do. So it's real. I'm not just having a YouTube video because I want to have 8 million followers. I really don't care about that. If we have followers and I have a tight little group of people that are following me and making money, that's perfect. That's why I'm doing the video. It's really it. So for those that are watching, congratulations. For those that are new, man, you can go back and look at some of the things. We've had quite a history the last year plus of calling our shots before anybody else does. I am really proud about beating Kathy Wood to certain stocks. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, think about that. You're beating the lady that runs ARK Investments to certain stocks. So very cool. So and that being said, my monitor broke in like just after class one day last week. So I was going to record a video, but I didn't have screen share or ScreenFlow, which is the software I use from my Mac to actually record the video. By the way, awesome platform if you ever want to use it. So I got it back this weekend and I'm way overdue. So let's get into kind of where we've been at. So we'll kind of go over the last week or so. It's been kind of up and down. Basically, I've been in the 40s for most of the part. We're not going to get into that much. I'll talk a little bit about some of the moves I have, a couple articles that I read online, which actually are really important. The headlines are not really as big as what's in the articles, so we're going to highlight that, and you're going to be more educated about what to do than pretty much 99% of the people out there. So, all right. So specifically, I had some free cash available, so I put some orders in. So we bought some Red Robin Group stock, 23 bucks. It's sitting at 23.41. Hasn't really moved a lot. It's break even for the most part. RDI, which is the movie theater chain, Reading movie theater chain, bought it at 5. It's sitting a little bit below 5. Then Golden Entertainment, bought it at 47. It's sitting at 43. It'll go back up. But basically what we're looking at here is Red Robin. We're up to about $12,000 we bought so far. Reading, we're only up about 5,800, so it's about break even. So we may buy some more of that in the future. And then Golden Entertainment, which is the casino, man, we only have 4,000 of that. So we're up 22%. So I kind of don't want to buy that unless we don't have any other options. But we still might buy some more of that. I put a limit order in for AVCT. So let's put that on our screen here. And this is our virtual crowd technology. So we've made some decent money on this in the past, but over the last month, it's been sitting here about 425 or so, went down to about 350, quickly went up to 440, and has been sitting down at 340. So if we look at it over the last 3 months, it's been going down. I don't like this trend line overall. I mean, it was sitting up here at 590. It's kind of had a downward trend line. If you look over the last year, it's going down, but at the same time, we've seen big moves where it's gone up to like, $9, 9.25. So I figure it's worth a flyer. If we can get it at $3, it's sitting here at 346 right now. If we get it on a low day, if it just drops below 3 for a little bit of time, we'll put about $2,000 into that. And then Zovio, I don't even have that on my tracker. So it's not on any of these that I look at, but it's my old company. And we'll put that right here. And I used to be the chief compliance officer for this company. It's an education company. So in the last probably 7, 8 months, it's got up to $7 roughly. It's been sitting at 239, and I just figure as a total flyer, it's a good company. I know all the people that run it, although the CEO that I know and love is stepping down, so I guess I don't know who's going to run that. But if it gets down to 215, then we'll put a buy-in for that. It's sitting at 241 right now, and I just have it highlighted because I don't even have it on the tracker. So beyond that, we'll take a look since July. Just some big. This is going to be a big picture video. Most of the stock, a lot of the stocks here are basically around zero. Bitcoin Cash is up 24%. DraftKings is up 16%. And then the rest of it will come back on. So, and I'll talk a little bit about why these are still in the red in a little bit. So actually, no, I'll just do it right now. So these videos were, these pages were from last week, but they're very important. So the largest cutoff of jobless benefits looms next week for Americans. That was September 3rd. So a little bit more than a week ago. Tells you my intent. I meant to do a video earlier. And basically what it is these people are sitting at home collecting paychecks. There's all these jobs available. People are having a hard time filling them. If it's like it is where I live, where you live, then you'll see people that are just desperate to hire, and they're paying more. And they have to limit shifts. I've seen that where like restaurants aren't even open on a certain day because they can't get enough staff to man it. So, but when you actually get a cutoff of jobless benefits, it sounds mean, but it's like, look, the way the world has been forever. So, the Bible says if a man doesn't eat, if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. So at this point, it's like, it's a cutoff of jobless benefits. And then what you're going to see, and this is where I've been warning about this. You've been watching these videos for a while. I've been warning about this literally for probably 6 months, 12 months, is that these people are cushing. They're not looking for jobs because they're not going to make as much money working as they are sitting at home. But then there's going to be that time of reckoning where you basically are going to be in this massive humanity looking for a job. And now all of a sudden you went from, please let me hire you, to now it's going to be very difficult to get a job. And you're going to see a lot of these fill up. So with that being said, I think you're going to see the capacity of the economy, meaning let's say you're a restaurant and you normally have 50 people that work for you, but right now you only have 25. There's only so much food you can sell and hours you can stay open, right? So tables you can clear, people you can seat. But then all of a sudden when you're able to hire more people and the demand's already there, and we're going to talk about that in our next tab, then you're going to see the capacity of things rev up. And this is what Trump was talking about last year when he said that 2021 will be like the biggest economy boom of any year pretty much ever. And it only took Joe Biden going out of his way to screw things up. As Barack Obama said, never underestimate Joe Biden's ability to screw something up. And he probably used more of a curse word on that. So, but with that being said, you're going to see this cutoff of jobless benefits actually increase the capacity of the economy. So from there was an article I saw here. It says, Delta variant or no, the manufacturing crunch won't let up. And so basically what they're saying is that they're still having a hard time going from raw materials through each phase of the manufacturing process. And whether or not a Delta variant is existing, I mean, there is such a demand for manufacturing parts and raw materials and turning it into value-added parts and things like that. So it just tells you there's still a massive pent-up demand, and we haven't seen the best of things, not even close. So, and then the last one I want to talk about here, this one is just, I have to activate my credit card. So anyway, so just full transparency, but I didn't put the card in because I got to find where that card is. So anyway, long story short, this one's interesting because the title kind of is a little confusing and most people wouldn't catch it, but when we go down, you'll understand what it's saying. It says consumer confidence dropped in August, and you're thinking, oh, terrible, oh my gosh, negative news. But that might be the worst of it. Kind of a very tame second part of the headline. So what it's saying is that basically the consumer confidence retreated in August to its lowest level since February. Guess, basically Biden is president. I'm going to tell you right now, the guy's the worst president. I'm 49 years old. He's the worst president I've seen, and he's worse than Jimmy Carter. I was around when Jimmy Carter was around, and he's universally the gold medal trophy holding winner of the worst president in modern American history. And I will tell you right now, Joe Biden's worse. So you can disagree with me. I'm just telling you, I've lived it. I've been around 49 years. If you're older than me, you have a valid claim to your opinion. If you're younger than me, then trust me, I went through the 70s, And literally everything that went wrong for Jimmy Carter is everything the exact same things that are going wrong for Joe Biden, but he's actually worse in a lot of respects. So with that being said, it went down here, talked about the, I think that's an advertisement. I thought that was the author. So in our proprietary data, and this is what I learned in law school, that means it's a copyright, and that means you can't copy this and use it for yourself. That's literally what that means. It's just a legal term that they put in there. It says, even though these economic data, and by the way, data is plural, so they're actually correct, these economic data are starting to slow down, they're still well above levels we saw at the start of the year. So what they're saying is, man, it looks like things are getting worse, but they're still not, they're still a lot better than they used to be. A similar view is reflected in the work from so-and-so blah, 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 and the economic stems from blah, 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 in a note published earlier this week, heightening a flattening in economic activity over the last few months, meaning that it's gone up, 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 but then Biden somehow managed to take an economy that was rocketing and to flatten it out. And you can tell where I am with Biden. But a flatten is likely to end as COVID cases wane this fall. So what it's saying is as the Delta variant makes its way through the population and it finds fewer unaffected people to infect, what's happening is the Delta variant's flattening this out to a point. I mean, Biden's not helping it either. It's flattening it down, but as the Delta variant is removed, you're going to see it start to go up. So just think of like if you have a helium balloon and you hold it in your hand, the helium balloon's not going up because you're holding it down, but the minute you move your hand, the helium balloon's going to rocket up. And that's basically what this article is saying. So with that being said, the key thing is you need to get your holdings in. So get your cost basis down, find some good stocks to own, because what they're saying here is between the fact that the Delta variant is very temporary and you're going to see the everything go upward, you're going to see the manufacturing demand basically is just ripping, which tells you there's demand on the top side of the manufacturing process. And then you're looking at the actual capacity of the economy to increase because people aren't sitting on their couch watching Netflix, but they actually realize, oh crap, I got rent to pay, I got to go find a job. Then it tells you that there's going to be fewer jobs available, people are going to fill them, the capacity goes up, and life is good. So, but it's only good for the people like us who are getting our bets in, which is really what we're doing. Get your cost basis as low as possible. I'm not going to rehash that. You can go watch some of our first videos on this channel a year and a half ago, back in March of last year, if you want to get a sense on that. And I might talk about that in the future, but I'm not talking about it now. And it's time to make some money. So with that being said, we are sitting here. Let's get over one last tab here. We're projecting out at about $267,000. We're about 53% of the way there. And that's one of my law school emails that I got to look at. So, but it's time to make some money. Everything's pointing in the right direction. You are one of the very few smart people that is subscribed or watching a podcast that where you can make a ton of money. That being said, you want to share it with people and make it the worst kept, best secret around, by all means do it. But if you just want to keep it to yourself and make a bunch of money and not let anybody know about it, that's cool too. So any questions, suggestions, or anything, let me know. There is some things in the notes as far as where you can actually download a copy of this Excel chart. Anything else, let me know. See ya. To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.